Welcome back. And here I am. Welcome to another episode and another season. So I've had a few reflections of my time in California, and it was a good trip for me to revisit some old memories, compose thoughts, and to mentally prepare myself for what I need to do next. Because the undertaking that I'm about to embark on will neither be easy nor clear, and I am absolutely sure that there will be many obstacles along the way, and the path simply will need to be trailblazed. I feel like I was able to leave a lot of things behind that ultimately would only deter my progress and hold me back. So much of my personal journey has been me realizing that I have been my greatest enemy, and I think this applies to everyone in so many ways. I actually wanted to take some kind of road trip even when I was in college, just because of what I was going through, and I knew I needed it just for myself, for my personal development, and my own journey through life. So it actually began when I left Denver, and that was the time I told myself, don't worry about anything. All you're going to do is experience and have a good time. And the other thing, I really do like watching YouTube videos, and I like watching YouTube videos that explore aspects of art and culture, that explore themes, ideas, theories. And so I hope to compose videos that explore ideas. Maybe we'll explore things about books, movies, who knows where it will go, but it will go somewhere. It'll be a good listen. So, as another side to what I'm doing, naturally I will be using this page to document my progress towards my goals of creating my own solar business. There is no roadmap. I'm completely trailblazing with what I want to do here. That's completely fine with me. I feel like I've trained and been educated for almost a decade to do exactly this one thing. I have a lot of time on my hands, and what else am I going to do besides work and read and paint and make music? There's a lot of time in the day, especially when you don't have any kids. While I was in San Francisco, I met up with this wonderful individual. His name's Bob Patterson, and he's helped a lot of nonprofits be incubated and get off the ground. So I sat down with him and we talked about my idea and how I could make what I want to happen. So the first thing he told me to do was draft up a prospectus, which is about 3 pages, asking for funding, which I have done. And now that I've done that, I will also be making an accompanying video exploring the former Bennett Freeze area, the economic and infrastructure impacts that it had on the people. The Navajo Nation as a whole has struggled with housing and infrastructure and getting proper amenities to homes. I'll be talking to multiple people about the mining industry, about the energy companies, power plants, about development within chapters, the barriers. I think once I put a human face to this story, people will really come around and begin to see the absolute immediate need for what I want to do. I also met with a wonderful lady named Victoria Mackhall, and she has a lot of industry experience with business with the high-end VPs, or I don't know, whatever we want to call them, business people, you know? That's not my department. I'm an engineer. I just build this stuff. Whatever direction this enterprise takes, whether it be a for-profit enterprise, a non-profit enterprise, some kind of corporation, whatever, I'll be relying on her expertise to guide me through. As I go about developing my ideas and my different enterprises, I will be building out a team of people, basically a team of collaborators. What I want to do is create like a group of collaborating artists and a group of collaborating individuals across industries, people who want to see change, and people who really want to push and test the limits of what they think is even possible. So right after this, actually, I'll be heading directly to the local chapters. I also need to be on the same page as the people who actually live there, right? I'm from Coal Mine, but I'm not in every chapter. I hope to provide some light on ignorance. You know, people talk about all of these isms, and the way I see it, all of these isms all come from one thing, and that's simply ignorance. It's not that people are bad people, it's not that people don't care, it's just that people don't have that same experience. If you don't have that same experience, you're not going to understand. So, building bridges, right? And hopefully one of the ways that I build these bridges is through my volunteering model, because I've been on so many roofs, on so many different job sites, and the one thing that always stuck out to me was how individuals, when they're standing next to each other, sitting next to each other, they're working on the same thing, you'd be surprised at the intelligent conversations that they have. It happens on every job site I'm on. So that's how I can see my work as dispelling ignorance, but also helping a lot of people, is simply through working with others. People who don't look like you, people from a different background, and as you're working with your hands, it's almost just like a natural stimulant to allow your mind to wander, and then the conversation will develop from there. I mean, I'm not really an activist, I simply just want people to treat each other better. Anyway, well, I hope you enjoy the upcoming content that I will be producing, and I only plan to get into more avenues of expression and modes of artistic creation. So this is only the beginning.